and I'm unapologetic about it as well. So, and I think that we have to get to that place too. We don't want to create that boundary, and then sometimes we slip and slide and we continue to have some shaded gray area, and then we feel bad, or there's this guilt and this shame, because the reality is for you to be, the best version of yourself and to bless other people, you have to be healthy. And so it's
Yes.
really, yeah, it's really taking that responsibility of knowing that every single one of us has influence and impact for positive things in the world. And to start really internalizing that and taking that seriously, then there's more than just you saying no. It's your no can literally birth a nation,
Mm,
literally birth a nation, right? And so
right.
so when we look at it in that perspective, then we come to this understanding that there's this greater force, this greater good, and that no is so critical to impact generations. And so that's the place in which I operate, and I really work hard at helping other people see that within themselves too.
You've done it with me. I mean, that's the thing. I'm so
Oh,
grateful for our friendship and what you've placed into my life, because it is so easy to think about how other people feel and wanting other people to be happy and not paying attention to your own happiness and creating the boundaries to say no. That no isn't I don't like you anymore. It's no, I can't do this at this time, or no, this isn't good for me. And it's really understanding the power that we have, to make decisions that are in our best interest, because when it's good for us, it's good for other people.
absolutely. Hmm.
Well, I want to get back to the themes, because you've got boundaries, and I've watched you, as I've said, but there's some other themes that have shown up in your life, and I'd love for you to talk about. We know faith has been a theme for you. We know boundaries, family has been a theme for you. Since this show is really about narratives and weaving these stories together, what's been this constant thread or theme in your life, and why?
Miracles, miracles, miracles. And it's because miracles are constantly abounding and manifesting in my life. And I truly believe that they always will.
Yes.
Um, and it starts with the belief, and it starts with, believing that the impossible can be possible. And also, walking in this life with God right there, and being in his bosom and taking refuge in him. And so that really, I guess that goes back to faith as being the common thread, but just miracles all over. And not just with me, but the people I work with, the people I minister to, the people I touch, just random meetings and acquaintances on the street where there's just these miracle moments that occur. And I think it starts with not just me, but you and people being open
Yeah,
to
that's
to
it.
that occurring. Yeah, just being open and knowing that it exists, and allowing space for what I call the Holy Spirit to move in a conversation or in a touch, or in some good graces. And so that has been a constant theme in my life. And I continue to believe that it will until, the rest of my days in this earth.
But what I love about what you're saying is it's a mindset. We have to be open to possibilities for those miracles to show up, because I think you can sometimes focus so much on what's not going right and what's so negative in your world that you end up attracting more of that into your space. And I think the fact that you have always been open to miracles and possibilities shows how your life has just been filled with occurrences of amazing things that have occurred. And I really hope listeners pay attention to their own mindset and how it impacts what their journey looks like, because you could too have lots of miracles and possibilities, just depending on what you choose to focus on.
Hmm.
So I love what you've shared, and I want to ask you this question because I wanted this month to really focus on people in my life who are overcomers. And you really have gone through, you've just scratched the surface because you've really gone through a lot of challenges, and yet there always have been these miracles. So what's been the most difficult challenge that you faced, and how did you get through it? And in that, what's the lesson that you want our listeners to get out of being an overcomer?
Ah, that's good. I would have to say the most difficult challenge for me has been self-love.
Mm,
Um, as I stated earlier, I had a very traumatic childhood wherein I was abused, I was violated, I was muzzled, and that has affected me most of my life. It literally took decades of self examination, which we talked about, also self compassion and self forgiveness to overcome these things, and with an uncompromising faith in God.
mm,
So those are the things. And what I realized is in my journey, I remember I was taking a life enrichment course, and they were talking about forgiveness and, write down somebody you need to forgive and why you need to forgive them. And then at the end, we'll go ahead and release and you'll forgive that person, right? And I remember during the exercise, I was just staring there blankly at my page because I had forgiven everybody in my life for everything. I've already done that work, right? So I
right.
was literally stopped, like, I forgave everybody. Why am I here? Why am I taking this course? And what I realized is towards the end, I realized I forgave everybody but myself,
Mm,
everyone but me. And I had to get to the point where I wrote my own name down in that piece of paper. And when I did, and I released it, and particularly what I was facing was that little girl in me, because that little girl had suffered so many things, and the adult woman in me was unable to protect her, is how I felt. And I had to forgive myself because in no way, I mean, just intellectually and literally, was I in any capacity to be able to protect her when I was younger, right?
hmm,
So,
right.
so you can rationalize with that, but it was really a heart work that I had to do. And when I came into that, then I was able to say, you know what, I truly embrace myself and love myself fully and wholly, not just certain parts that were easily digestible. And so when I got there, then I saw a whole new chapter, if you will, of my life open. This beautiful fabric, your tapestry that you talk about is just endless possibilities. And I was able to weave that into other people's lives and life narratives. And my life has become so much fuller and richer because of it. And it's something that I work very diligently and I'm conscious of in introducing that and engaging that with other people in their lives.
I really appreciate you taking the time today to share. I wish we had 3 hours because of all the, and that still wouldn't be enough because of all the knowledge and wisdom that you've shared with me. I really want our listeners to know how to reach out to you. Where can they find you and get more information about what you're doing and how they can engage with you?
Certainly, they can go to one of my websites, which is Cherie, Cherie, banks.com. So that's cheriebanks.com. They can also call me on my toll free number, which is 855 4, which is the number 4, Cherie, Cherie. So that's 855 4 Cherie. Also, if you don't like to do the alphabet, it's 855 424 3743.
Cherie, one last question. What would you like listeners to know about you? One last thing that you want to leave with them. If it's a word of wisdom, what can be added to this tapestry that we're creating?
So let's see, the last thing that I would like for them to know about me is that I want them to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. And I want them to know that they can be all of those things congruently, consistently, and for today and for the rest of their days. It is possible. And it starts with saying yes and that acceptance and doing the work and whatever faith they believe in to stand in that, stand strong in that, and to be, just having fullness and abundant life.
Awesomeness. Thank you, Cherie, for being
You're
with me today and being my first guest on the podcast. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. It's indeed an honor, and I'm so excited for you in this journey and tapestry. I know that you are just going to bless the masses, Francois, and you're going to touch and impact so many people. So I'm just excited to be a witness.
Well, you will be back. Know that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. God bless everybody.